Oofda, boys. The Vikings are out here just giving us all heart attacks this every single week. It doesn't matter, but somehow still come out with the win, 10-2. Let's go. Quite the way to celebrate a touchdown. It's almost like Key and Peele, a little one too many pumps, one not enough. What do you think?
It was plenty of pumps.
Plenty of pumps.
I think that was a pretty lame attempt, but
can you throw it back better?
Oh, I'm not gonna. I wouldn't celebrate that way. But no, I wonder like why why he's doing it, because I feel like I've been seeing that for a while now, like on social media, people celebrating like that. So
yeah, with the
I know
fake injury you're saying.
Yeah.
I
mean, I know where it came
injury.
from, but what?
Yeah, it came from Lola Bonta. Yeah, women's soccer player, obviously. But I've seen the fake injury, but I haven't seen somebody get on the ground and actually twerk it out.
Did you see?
The all fours was a little aggressive.
Well, so I've seen that like a couple times, like on Instagram, on different I saw like the Savannah Bananas did it.
Oh,
like right after. Yeah.
I think I've seen the Savannah Bananas doing that too.
And he did it way better than Madison. So
he did. I agree. That's a great call out. How would you guys each grade Madison's touchdown celebration on a scale of 1 to 10? Where would you go, Alex?
I'm going to go with a solid 8-3 here. The execution was great. He led us on, played us all, but originality is a little lacking. It's been done before, but overall, really, really solid celebration.
First of all, I'm not going to, nowhere near that high for me. So not original anymore. I will say, yeah, he did sell the injury pretty well, but the actual twerk part, like a 4, a 2, I don't know. Something low.
All right, so a 3.
Yeah.
I swear,
never do it again.
The fake injury, if it continues to get announcers to fall for it, it's hilarious every time. And there's always one of them that's like, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. They've done this before. I've seen it. Trust me. But so I mean, the Vikings started out strong. You know, they scored 20 points on the Jets defense in the first half, which is actually tied for the most that the Jets have given up in the first half this entire season. But like the Vikings do, they made it hard on us and eventually went on to win 27-22. But did you guys hold the faith throughout, or were you teetering coming into that second half?
I was so teetering. It wasn't even close. There was so many times where I'm like, here it goes, Vikings gonna Viking, and we just keep seeming to get bailed out of these games that we shouldn't be winning, but we keep winning, and it's crazy.
We had I think we had like 287 total yards, so not many. We had a bad second half, but I wasn't worried. Like they didn't even score a touchdown until the fourth quarter. So like we've been doing, like we're giving up yards, but we're not letting him score. So touchdowns anyway. But yeah. I
kind of feels like we're usually in the other boat, wouldn't you say? Like, I feel like we're usually the ones that are coming into halftime down and going, oh no, and then we come back out in the third, fourth quarter and win it. Yeah. This felt like the script was gonna flip on us almost.
Well, I kind of wasn't worried because, like, I don't know, like Mike White still is, doesn't have that many games under his belt, So going into the fourth quarter, down and trying to come back, like, I mean, he hasn't, proven that he can do that yet and play under pressure. And I will say though, his touchdown that they didn't rule a touchdown at first was obviously a touchdown, and they took forever to confirm that. But
yes,
I was watching it live and was like, it's a touchdown. When they said it wasn't, I was like, it blew my mind. It made me think of the Hunter Henry thing where I thought that was obviously a touchdown and they took that away. I was like, how many times is this going to happen? So
yeah, that was clearly a touchdown. Luckily, they had that straight down camera angle, and that was very obvious. But speaking of quarterback,
so you finally agree that the Hunter Henry one was a touchdown?
No, I still disagree because this was a running play. The Hunter Henry one was a pass.
The Hunter Henry one was a touchdown.
His hand was under
the ball.
Anyway, comes in.
I don't care. I don't care because we won.
Yeah. But I will never agree. But I will agree that Kirk Cousins, man, has been better than Mike White, even though he didn't have as many yards in this game. But Cousins has actually won at least 7 games in each year since becoming a full-time starter in 2015, which is the longest active streak in the NFL. So all these Kirk Cousins haters out there have got to take a look at that. You know, he's Mr. Consistent.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's disagreeing with that point. I think it's always been the gripes against Kirk Cousins has always been, he's fine, he's okay, but he's just can't take you to that next level. I think that's more what we're seeing this season. And so, yeah, I think the Kirk Cousins doubters are getting shut up a little more this year.
I've said in the past that I don't think that Kirk Cousins is a playmaker. Like, he's consistent, but he's not that like playmaker that, when he's in trouble or when the team's down, whatever, like he makes those incredible plays when needed. But he's been doing that. He's been playing well under pressure. He had like some great passes under pressure, like while getting hit this game. He had that 12-yard third down conversion run.
Yeah, he's running the ball.
Like that. Yeah, like he's playing pretty well. So yeah, I like it. I like the new Kirk. I think he's playing with a lot more confidence because of the team around him. So I think, yeah,
for sure, putting his body on the line.
He's letting his hair down, and he's just
and his ice.
He's just going out there and doing it. He's getting it done.
It's pretty fun to be a quarterback of a team when you got a guy like Justin Jefferson out there. I'm sure that helps a little bit. I mean, Jefferson had 7 receptions for only 45 yards in this game, but a big TD. What do you guys see in Jefferson? We talked a lot about Sauce Gardner and the Jefferson matchup. How did you feel that ended up turning out?
Yeah, I feel like it kind of went to how we expected it to. I mean, Sauce, to an extent, did lock up Jefferson. I mean, 7 on 45 is, for a lot of receivers, is a great day, but for Jefferson, it's kind of underwhelming. And I feel like a lot of his action came from DJ Reed. Is that his name?
Yep.
And so we saw a good matchup. We got the money's worth. There was no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think he did not play as well as he did in past games. I think they did a pretty good job containing him. He did have a touchdown. That was good. And I mean, even that touchdown, it was right on the edge of the of the end zone, and he was covered really well all game. So and yeah, it was DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner were kind of teaming up on him. So
did you guys see some of the smack talk with DJ Reed on he had
saw
a
the
post-game interview.
Yeah, I saw the interview, and then I saw Jefferson's response, which was funny. I mean, it's true. Like he did. I mean, it was 2-on-1, so most of the game. So it's
yeah, because Reed was claiming that.
And for anyone that hasn't
Jefferson
seen it,
so well,
Justin Jefferson just said that he was like, call me back when like your coach trusts you to go against me 1v1 or whatever. Yeah. I forget what it said exactly, but
yeah, that's exactly basically what it said. Reed said, "Hey, I had him all day. You only got me one time. Blah blah blah." Yeah. Jefferson's like, "Yeah, okay," pretty much was the response. But
I mean, that one time was like an incredible catch in the corner of the end zone, so where he barely got his feet down. So he got him down pretty well.
Yeah, for him he got him down, but for a lot of guys that's an impossible play. For him that's an average play for a Jefferson. It's crazy. Yeah. He's unbelievable. All right, talking about other, our secondary wide receivers in the game really got a lot of looks in this one, and they were pretty successful. What did you guys see from some of the other receivers out there?
Yeah, it was good to see Reagor starting to get involved. I feel like that was, if we can find a place for him in this offense, I mean, we got 7 guys we can give the ball to at that point. That makes it really hard for a defense to key in on any aspect of your offense, and that allows everything to function better. So I was happy to see him getting a little more involved, getting that big third down play, and using him in the run game too. He's a pretty electric runner, so just getting the ball in his hands, I think, could be a really good idea for the Vikes.
Yeah, Jalen was out there for only 2 snaps, and he had that 38-yard pass you mentioned and an 8-yard run. So that's pretty not bad for 2 snaps on offense. Josh, what did you see any other wide receivers out there?
Well, I mean, Thielen is always Hawkinson. He had a lot of targets and catches and stuff in this game. But going back to Jalen Reagor, he's like, he was only out there twice. But I think, like we have like our core wide receivers. You know, we have like Osborne or JJ, Thielen, Hawkinson, Osborne, and he's a good person to come in when somebody needs a breather or whatever. But I know when he was on Philly, he was kind of a big disappointment. So I haven't seen like enough of him to I guess make a judgment on the Vikings. But what's up?
I feel like we're in a different situation with him, whereas they spent a first-round draft capital, and he was constantly being compared to Jefferson, and there was just way more expectation, where now he's the fourth-string receiver on his team. There is no expectation. He can just go out there and play now. So maybe we start to see a different Rager with a different expectation under his belt.
Yeah, maybe we start seeing him getting thrown out there a bit more. I mean, I love KJ Osborne, don't get me wrong, but it'd be sweet to see those guys kind of flipping around a little bit.
Well, he obviously has like a ton of potential, so yeah, it would be good to see. Just got to use him more. Not 2 plays a game.
Drafted right in front of JJ. You think they've ever talked about it? I would assume at some point they were like, "Hey, man."
That had to be one of the first conversations they had.
Yeah, he was like, "Remember when he came off the board before me?"
Yeah.
My coaches cheered.
Yeah. All right.
And now everybody does the gritty.
Yeah, exactly. And one other thing on JJ too, he had another pass in this game.
I think there was a play in this game where it was meant to be a pass and he ran it. Am I right?
Oh yeah, you're right. He didn't actually throw it. He was looking like he was
it was a designed pass though. So like I think I mean they are doing it more. So I mean we'll see.
It's fun to see. It seems like that way they have a little better running option with Jefferson because you can't stop covering guys when you hand off to him or do a little slot shot out to the side or anything like that, right? So hopefully it opens the door up. But other than that, what else is him and Jalen Reagor? Is there anything else in the Vikings offense that's really impressed you from this game?
Yeah, definitely the run game, to see both the guys get in and score. That was, Cook's been kind of quiet in the past couple weeks, so see him 20 for 86 and really get going. I think that was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Cook's always, he's always going to get a bunch of touches. And so.
Yep. And Madison got that touchdown, so that was big too. So good job from the run game. And how many yards did you say, Josh, that the Vikings had? Was it 289?
They didn't have many, compare. Yeah, it was, they had two.
Is that including rushing?
That was total yards. Yeah, they had 287 total yards.
That's crazy
compared to the Jets.
Right, they gave up 489 yards. That's insane. So people are calling for Vikings D coordinator Ed Donatell's number a little bit here. What do you guys think? How are you feeling about the Vikings defense?
I think like overall, like they're shutting down the run to a degree, right? Like they're not giving up like huge runs, and a lot of the teams we've played, I feel like too, like they didn't have just like one running back get the ball 30 times, so it's always split up. So the games we did lose to, the games we lost this year though did have good running, were good running teams. So we lost to the Eagles and we lost to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
We let up. What?
I was going to say, in those two games, we never let up actually more than 100 yards to a single guy, like you were just noting. So,
yeah, we let up 366 pass yards against the Jets. That's not ideal. And we had White passing the ball 57 times.
Jeez.
And they only had 24 rush attempts. And then Garrett Wilson. Yeah, he destroyed us on he had, what was it? Caught the ball 8 times for 162 yards. So yeah, they were passing a lot over the middle, I saw, and they were getting a lot of yards that way. But like I said earlier, we are giving up a lot of runs, or a lot of yards, but not a lot of touchdowns. So
it's been
what
working.
Do you think, Alex? Yeah, why is there so much hate out there? Is it just because of the yardage we're giving up? Like, there seems to be a lot of hate around Ed Donatell.
I think a lot of it comes from the big yardage numbers. Those are eye-catching. People see a stat like that and they're like, whoa, that's a bad defense. When it doesn't always tell the whole story. A lot of it has to do with field position, game situation, all that kind of stuff. So, it's definitely worrisome to seeing this pattern over and over the past couple weeks, but I'm not too worried about it. I feel like once this defense gets a little more healthy, kind of find their form and cruise into the playoffs.
Yeah, and health is definitely an issue both on the defense and the offense a little bit. Luckily, none of our star guys are out besides Christian Darrisaw, obviously, but hopefully everybody else stays healthy. And it's really the concussion bug, it seems like, that's kind of hitting some of the guys right now. We've got Caleb Evans is ruled out already, I saw, with his third concussion of the season. He's been pretty solid, the rookie this year, and obviously Christian Darrisaw is still questionable. Well, they have a chance to clinch the division again. We talked about it last time, but this time we don't have to have anybody else lose. We just have to win, and we've got it because it's against Detroit.
We're already for sure in the playoffs, so
right, for sure.
But it seems like Vegas doesn't think we're gonna win.
Yes, the Vegas odds. What are the odds right now, Alex? What are we looking at?
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
They're betting against us.
The Vikings, last I saw via FanDuel, the Vikings were at plus 114 and the Lions were minus 130 something. And they're favored with a 2.5 point spread. It was 1.5 yesterday. Today it's 2.5. So they're doubling down on it. They don't think the Vikings are going to win.
Yeah.
Who is making these?
Right, like when they did that with the Cowboys. I could have understood a little bit more. Like I didn't fully understand it, but this is Detroit. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows what's going on, but
they've been playing well, but I'm sure we'll cover that in another video.
Yeah.
Previewing
makes me nervous that they got the odds against us. It's never easy going into someone else's place and playing anyway. But all right, well, we will cover that in another video. Josh is right. We'll have a preview of the Vikings-Detroit game coming up this week. Check us out. Make sure you subscribe so you can turn on the notifications and you'll see that video right away. Comment. We'll answer your questions in that video. Find us anywhere else you find Hot Dish Sports. Skol Vikes.